Hi guys, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a beginner's guide to the terminal for Linux Ubuntu. And as you can see, I'm running Ubuntu in a virtual machine, VM box. So let's go ahead and get started. In this video, we're going to cover several basic commands so that at the end of the video, you'll understand how to navigate through different directories, how to copy files from one directory to another, and how to use basic commands to create a file as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first and foremost, you can see an empty screen in front of me along with a cursor. So we need to know exactly where we are first. I know we're in our home directory. We can tell that by the tilde. So how do we verify that? Well, we can use a command called pwd, and that stands for present working directory. And we can see we're in the home directory and in the user directory of Mark. So how do we know what's in this directory? Well, for that we can run a command called ls, which is list, and we'll give it the argument of -l to display long. And we can see that there are many directories to choose from the home directory. We have desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, templates, and videos. Now, if we look over here to the left, we can see there's a D in front of it. Let's just pay attention to the D for now. D stands for directory. If there's a D in front of it, that means that's a directory that we can go into. But there is one item here that does not have a D, and that's the Firefox wallpaper. That means that's a picture, a file, or something that's already in that home directory under Mark. So let's not worry about that for now. Let's save that for another video. So first thing that we want to do is we want to choose a directory that we're going to work in. So I'm going to work out of the desktop directory. So now we need to get into that directory. We can do that by using the command cd, which is change directory, space, and we're going to put in desktop. Let's see if I can spell it right. So it's a capital D, desktop. Okay, and then we're going to hit enter. And we can see we changed to our desktop directory. Well, let's see what's in the desktop directory. And for that, we're going to use ls-l, and there's nothing there. So now let's go ahead and create a new directory under desktop. So to create a directory, we can use the command mkdir space, and now we're going to name it something. So let's do new 1 and enter. So now we created it. You can also see in the background here, see new 1 is a new folder on the desktop. But we can also verify that as well in the terminal. We can do that by using just standard ls and enter. And we can see new 1 is a directory under desktop. So now let's go into that directory. So again, we can do cd space and change the directory level to new 1. Now we're in that new 1 directory. And if we do print working directory, pwd, we can see our new path. So up here, we're only in home/mark. And then down here, we're in home/mark/desktop/new 1. So that means we're accessing this folder now. And in this folder, if we do ls, nothing shows up. So that means that folder or directory is excuse me, is completely empty. So let's go ahead and place a file in there. We can also easily do that by using a new command called touch. And once we use touch needs to know what the name of the file is in order to create it. So we'll do touch and we'll name it 1.txt. I want it to be a txt file, and enter. So now if we run ls again, we're going to get 1.txt, and that's in the new 1 directory. And there it is. So let me go ahead and display that with the long argument, and there it is. So now we have this new text file in this new directory, but the file has no information on it. So let's put some information in that file. So we can do that a couple different ways. We can use a graphical user interface text editor, or we can use like Vim, we can use Nano, we can use gedit, whatever your preference is. My personal preference is using Nano. So to open that file up, we're going to do Nano, then 1.txt, enter. Now we have Nano running. So this is a in-terminal text editor basically. So then here we'll just put some information in, and we're going to save that. So then we're going to do Control X, save, Y for yes. There's our file name right down here, 1.txt, and we're just going to hit enter. So now that information is in that file. So the next thing that we're going to look at is how are we going to copy that file to a new directory. So let me jump out of this directory, and we can do that very easily by using a command called cd space and then 2 dots. The 2 dots means it will jump up one level in the directory. So if I run that, it'll get out of the new one folder and go back to desktop. If I wanted to go back to the home directory, I could just do cd space and then tilde. And then if we do pwd, oh, if I could spell right, pwd, we can see down here we're back at the home/mark. So let's go back. Let me clear the screen. We can do that with Control L. And let me go back to my desktop directory. So we're going to do cd and then desktop. And then again, print working directory. And there I am. I'm in the desktop directory. And here, let's create a new directory. So let's use mkdir. And we're going to name this one new2. And then if we display the directories under desktop, ls with the argument of long, we can see we got new1 for a directory and new2 for a directory. So now let's go into our new1 directory. So again, we're going to do cd and then new1, enter. And we're in the new1 directory that has the 1.txt file. So now what we would want to do is we want to take this new.1, the 1.txt file, and we want to copy that file and we want to put it into the new2 directory. So let me go ahead and show you how that's done. So for this, we're going to use a command called cp, which stands for copy, and then then we have to list the actual name of the file that we want to copy. Okay, so we have copy 1.txt space. Now, where do we want to copy this? We want to copy this to the new2 directory. Enter. Now, we didn't get any output back from Linux. That's a good thing. Whenever you get no response from Linux, that's always a good thing. That means it did what you asked it to do. So now that 1.txt file is now in the new2 directory. So if we switch back, so let's do cd, then ... that'll jump one directory level, and we're back at desktop. So now let's do cd again, and let's go into the new2 directory. Let's see if that file's there. So we'll do ls long argument, and it's not showing it. We do ls, it's not showing it either. Let's go ahead and open the new2 folder. Let's see what happened. New2 seems to be empty. Okay. Okay, actually I didn't do that correctly. So we have the 1.txt is the one that we created, and then new2 is what actually went back into the new1 folder. So we copied the file, naming it new2. So let's go ahead and change that. No big deal. So let's get out of this directory. Let's go back into new one. Okay, and let's go ahead and run cp 1.txt, and then we're going to use the /, and then we're going to go ahead and do new 2. Okay, and as you can see, we got a permission denied error here. So this is still not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. So basically what the system is telling me is that I can't access it from the directory where I'm at right now. So I'm in the new 1 directory, and the permission was denied to go to new 2, because the new 2 directory is not in the new 1 directory, meaning it's not within that directory. So what the system is looking for is a absolute path, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So again, we're going to do cp 1.txt, and now it's looking for the complete path. So it's going to be home / mark / desktop / new 2. And now that file should be copied over to the new 2 folder or directory. And we didn't get any error message. We got nothing on the screen. That's a good thing. So now let's go ahead and do change directory. We're going to go up 1 level, back to desktop. Now let me clear the screen real quick. And now we're going to go into the new 2 directory. So cd new 2. Now if we do ls and give it the long argument, we can see there's our file 1.txt. So we copied over that file from one directory to another. We created a folder, we created another folder, and we know where we're at as far as within the terminal with pwd. So now let's go ahead and cover something else. Let's say we wanted to remove the new 1 directory. So we want to just get rid of the directory altogether. So we can actually do that by going back to our desktop directory. So we're going to do cd. Now we're in our desktop directory. And I'll just display everything. So we have new 1 and new 2. We want to remove new 1 completely. We're tired of new 1. So we can use a command called rmdir. And we want to type in new 1. And as you can see, that actually failed because there's actually files inside of that directory, and it doesn't want to remove it because it's going to delete all those files that are in that directory. So what we have to do is we can actually go into that directory, and then we can display what's in that directory. We have 2 files. So we can just use the command rm 1.txt, enter, and we can also use that command again, rm new 2. So now if we do ls, nothing, ls long, 0. So now if we get out of this directory, so cd back to desktop, we can now delete that new 1 directory. So that would be rm dir and then new 1. There we go. It disappeared. You can see back here, this is where the new 1 was, and now it's gone. So let's just verify that. Let's run ls long, and we can see there's only new 2. And a neat shortcut for ls to display everything, you can actually just do ll. That's a shortcut. And that will show you everything, including the hidden ones. So if I actually go back to home, to my home directory. We can do LL, and we can see all the hidden files too. So everything that was hidden has a dot in front of it. Those are hidden files. And then we can display all the necessary information. And then of course, if we want to clear the screen, we can just type in clear, enter. Or if we want to clear the screen in a different manner, we can do Control L. That also clears it. And whenever we're typing something in and we typed it in before, we can hit tab and that'll autocomplete the sentence, the command that we're trying to run. So for example, we're in our home directory and we want to go into the new2 directory. So we can start typing cd first I have to go into desktop. That's my mistake. So cd, then I start typing d, and then sk, and I hit tab, and that finishes what I was trying to write. So now we're in our desktop. So now we can do ls, or actually let's do ll, and that shows everything that's in that directory. So hopefully you guys find this information very insightful, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of a outlook on how the terminal actually functions, how to navigate around it, as far as on a more beginner level to be able to write files, copy files. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.